There is $40 trillion of new business over the next 30 years for companies in Estonia to begin to look at. And that is related to products, processes, and things which save energy, protect resources, and help companies do things better. And the drive for it has come, yes, from concern about global warming, but also from something else, which is the oil price. But let's just look at the concern about global warming. Remember, the future is not about the science. The science could be wrong. You might think it's completely wrong. It doesn't matter. The science is simply a guess at what our world will be in 2050. But the emotions, they are things which will drive demand in the short term. So your strategy needs to be built on what people think and believe about these facts, if they are facts. Here is a fact. The US emissions of carbon dioxide last year were equivalent to a carpet of carbon dioxide 33 centimeters thick over the entire world land mass. Does it matter? Probably. How much? Who knows? Here is a graph of temperature over many thousands of years. Temperature and carbon dioxide levels in ice cores. They go up, they go down. When they were this low, we had around we had several kilometers of ice over Tallinn. That's the highest it had ever been in recorded history, and in the last 30 years it went from there to there. Does it matter? In the next 30 years, unless something changes, it will go from there to there. Does it matter? When it was down here, we had kilometers of ice over Tallinn. What happens to ice? Who knows? But I tell you this, the passions, the emotions connected with these pieces of science, these theories, are getting stronger. 400,000 miles of square ice melted in 30 years. That China has lost 18,000 square miles of ice. 3,000 out of 4,000 Tibetan lakes have disappeared. The Yellow River dried up for 9 months recently. But you know what? Even if the emotions attached to these kinds of things were not strong enough, there is another factor. Sustainability in the next 10 years will not be driven primarily by green issues. It will be driven by energy price. And you've seen oil above $100 a barrel for the last months, with no real sign it's going down. Now, with the growth of 1 billion children growing up, with China moving 300 million people into cities and all the rest, it is inconceivable that we will see oil back down to $30 a barrel for very long. Every dollar that the oil price stays above $75 is a dollar of profit to many people in green tech industries. At $110 a barrel, all kinds of innovations make huge commercial sense. And you can sell all kinds of technologies just to save money. And at the same time, the company can say they're doing something that is morally right.